Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so for this video we're going to be using a lot of Wet n Wild products. We might as well be sponsored by Wet n Wild, but we're not, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. But we will work on that. So for today's look, we went for an ocelot, which I think looks kind of cute. It looks very catty, very cute, innocent-ish. So the picture that I went off of is this little ocelot right here. They're so cute. They're like kitties, but bigger and savage or wilder. We used a whole bunch of Wet n Wild products, and also for the shades of orange and brown tones, we used the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. All the palettes that I have, I use for various purposes. Probably not for their intended purposes, but I do like making them as multitasking products as possible. Does that make sense? Also, this is a collaboration video with Jessica Brown. We're almost done with the month of October, which means that next week, I believe, is our last video, unfortunately, for our collaboration. So I really want to end with a bang. So I'm still trying to brainstorm the best idea. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one because it was a struggle. You will see me struggle in this one, but we figured it out. Let's just get started, okay? Okay, so that should be a little better. Hey guys, what's up? So yesterday I tried to do a snake and or reptilian look. It didn't really work out very well, so I'm like, Okay, so it's still pretty early in the day, so actually it's really early in the day, so I'm still wearing my onesie because it's warm and I'm comfortable, and that's just what I'm gonna decide to wear for this look. So, don't judge me. Okay, so we're back, and yeah, this happened. I kind of tried to eliminate the brows so that I could have more room to play. I'm pretty sure this is my second time gluing down my brows, and it looks better than the first time, but it's still not 100% smooth. We're gonna start with the white parts first. So we're gonna use our Wet n Wild body crayon in white. I guess you're supposed to sharpen these, but there's I don't have a sharpener that's big enough for this. This is too big, it's too thick. Let's just go in here. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of already have an outline planned out, so it'll make your life a whole lot easier. Actually, for the mirror portion, I'm going to use the Jeffree Star one since they have such a generous sized mirror in here. And so for these, you're not supposed to use them around the eyes, but I just think that's kind of a suggestion. Use it at your own risk. I feel pretty confident that it's not going to get in my eyes, but if you feel like you don't have that kind of control, then use something else. But I'm fairly confident that I'll be fine. And for this, you're just gonna go over your brows in white. Hopefully it doesn't emphasize all that texture as much as I would not like it to be there. So now that we have a general shape, I'm gonna take just a synthetic, and from here, I just want to kind of diffuse that a little bit. And I'm just trying to soften the edges a little bit so that it's not so harsh. And then for the eyes, I'm going to take a smaller one. This is actually the same size. I'm going to take this one. It's like a pointed crease brush, and with that we're just going to start at the eyes, pull that in. So I can definitely tell what they mean by oatmeal-y eyebrows, and I don't know how to get rid of them, so I could just shave them off and then I would just totally avoid this problem, but I'm not going to do that today. Maybe later on, who knows. But for right meow, I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay, so for the orange part, I'm gonna take a Chikuhodo brush, and then we're gonna use the shade Charm, which is this nice orangey toned shadow. Yeah, this is definitely the orange. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna take some more of that orange, and I'm gonna start at the cheeks first. So this legit looks like the bronzer that most people wear, which is, this is literally what I see, and it's just interesting. What I do like about these Jeffree Star palettes is that the pan is huge, so you can use really big brushes like these, and it's no problem. And then after that we've gotten the perimeter done, I'm going to start focusing that inward, just to have a nice little gradient. So far I'm liking everything but the actual brow covering. I might have to do something else with that, because look, it's Next we're going to start contouring the nose, and for that I'm going to use this one. It's just a fluffy brush. I'm make sure it's clean. And it is. So we're gonna take the shade Safe Word, which is a slight brown. We might have to dip into Dominatrix to deepen that up a little bit, but I'm still not 100% sure. So the tip will probably get covered in black anyway, so I'm not worried too much about it. Okay, so the browser's still kind of iffy. And by iffy, I mean like hella iffy. So while I figure that out, let me start by setting the areas that I've already worked on. Okay, so I figured it out. I just wiped off all that glue that I had on there, and then I just used the body crayon by itself, and it laid them down pretty nicely, so that's great. So next we're just gonna continue shaping this. So we're gonna continue to shape this area, and we're still using that shade Safe Word. Next we're gonna be working on the eyes, and for that I'm gonna use a Wet n Wild. What is this? This is a Color Icon Coat Liner. This is just in black. So for the nose, I'm gonna go, and then it's kind of like the shape of the skull mask, where it's gonna go from the top to here, down. And this is just the outline, so I'm not like terribly worried about it. And then, similar to the snake with the mustache one, you're gonna create little like flicks at the end to kind of give you like an upturned little smile without actually smiling. Okay, that's good so far. So next we will take the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Widow's Peak. To actually do these more precise, I'm going to use this synthetic liner brush and then the Sigma Wicked Gel Liner. And we're just going to use this to shape. Sorry, I always stop like mid-sentence. Okay, next we're going to do the little dots, and for that I'm going to use this is old, and when I say old I mean like old. This is an NYC liquid liner. They don't even make these anymore, I don't think. So next is kind of the hardest part for me, just because symmetry is not my forte. So from here we're gonna go down. Up. From the crease right here we're gonna go like straight up. Okay, so we have this so far, and I still have to fill it in, so don't worry about that part yet. To fill all this in, I'm going to use my Sigma Gel Liquid Liner in Wicked, and then I will come back to show you how I do the little patterns, okay? Okay, so we are this far in. Right now I have some lashes. These are Kiss lashes in the shade, I think, Lavish. Lavish, yes, these are the Kiss lashes in the style Lavish. Honestly, after I put them on, I'm like, why did you bother putting them on if you can't see them? But it's fine. It's about the count little spots we need or whatever. And we're still using the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. But we're just, so your spots don't have to be perfect, which is great. So then I'm going to use a smaller brush, where I'm going to attempt to make smaller dots. Sorry, someone's mentioning. For smaller line. Now, as much as I would like them to be like symmetrical, my symmetry sucks, so we'll just have to keep going. And so going back to that first smaller synthetic brush, I'm going to kind of create a stronger crease here. So you could add more lines. I guess we could technically still contour with this. I'm going to use this big fluffy brush in the shade Dominatrix, and we're just going to start contouring, or what is this called? Jawline, there you go. So for the nose, I still need to fill it in. I'm going to use the Bennight Media Pro HD Cream Blush Wheel CR100. Wherever you didn't put black is where you're going to put this shade. Just like that. So now we have a cute little pink nose. You can set it if you want. I'm debating if I want to like outline the black or not. I think it looks fine, but I guess if we really do want to add dimension, we're going to have to line it with some black. So I'm going to take that Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner again, and we're just going to try to intensify this. Okay, so I think this completes our ocelot look. If you think it looks like an ocelot, that's great. If you think it looks like a tiger, that's great. If you think that this is something different, then it's fine. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm usually fine with how things turn out, except yesterday. Yesterday was like terrible, like super terrible. But this one was a little bit easier, I guess, in my opinion, if I actually accomplished my goal. I did leave a little bit of setting powder underneath my eyes just to, just to make things a little brighter. To dust everything off, I'm gonna take this, I don't even know, oh, Wet n Wild. I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild. This should just be sponsored by Wet n Wild, okay? But it's not. I wish it was. So I'm gonna use a Wet n Wild brush. This is from their, I think, holiday collection from last year. Okay, so it's still the brows. You can still see them, which is fine. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing I can do about my brows. I'm not gonna shave them off yet, so you'll just have to deal with them for meow. This is my final look, you guys. A very comfortable, cutesy-ish ocelot. I did use a Morphe sponge to kind of clean up this outer portion of the eyes. Thank you, Jennifer. And then using that with Charm, I just dabbed it in there and then just laid it down. So if anything, I think the last step of this would be, so I cannot go without highlights. So what I'm gonna do is use my Jeffree Star Liquid Frost highlight in the shade Goddess, and taking that same Wet n Wild brush. I thought about it. I'm like, how am I going to incorporate a highlight into this? And then this happened, which is great. Overall, I do enjoy how it turned out. I do like that it's very, very me. I love cats. I freaking love them. Like, they're all so cute and adorable, and I just can't. Like, sometimes cats make me cry out of happiness, which is strange because I don't cry for anything else. But this is the look, you guys. This is my completed look. I do wish that these two would be like symmetrical going down, but again, symmetry in nature is very rare, so that's fine. I hope you guys are enjoying these looks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.